This Bible passage that you just heard read so wonderfully is really one of the greatest love stories ever told. So if you're trying to figure out how can you make God love you, get that idea out of your head. Because like the Pharisee, you can't do enough things to make God love you. God loves you because he chooses to. Before you even I just recently got to baptize a couple of grandchildren who were this big. And they haven't done anything yet to make God love them. He loved them simply because they were his. All of us, by virtue of our birth, by our rebirth and baptism, are children of God. And again, you on your worst day can't make God stop loving you. And if there's a message that I can leave you with, don't ever doubt God's love. He loves you. You know how much moms and dads and grandpas love you. There's evidence of that all the time. And if you can imagine being loved even more, that's what God has to give to you. And so instead of trying to earn his love, live like you know he already does. And he has great plans for you and great expectations of you. Amen.
That Pastor Larry has done chapel for 2 weeks, 1 day, and 8 hours. I think it's so appropriate that in his last opportunity to give chapel as an ordained pastor here at Ascension Lutheran Church, he summed it all up in the most simple of message. That if you know Pastor Larry for more than just a few minutes, you know is his life proclamation to all of the people he encounters. And that is Jesus loves you. Of course, I didn't take into account the countless times he's come into the classroom to teach students. I didn't take into account the countless times he's driven the preschoolers around in the bus. I didn't take into account all of the retreats that he's taken, all the youth opportunities he's provided for all of us here. But there's too many of those to take into account. So what I'd like to do is just sum it all up into one word, and that is the word thank you. Well, 2 words. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Larry, for all of the time and all of the dedication that you've given to this school.
It is with honor that I present Pastor Larry this year, the 2014-2015 yearbook, his final yearbook that he'll get for being the pastor at Ascension.
And we are going to have you not go too far because there is another word of blessing, but we also want to recognize Mrs. Ledbetter. And Mr. Newman, as our school principal, is going to share a few words about Mrs. Ledbetter.
Well, good morning to all of you gathered here on such a very, very important day in the light of the school, in the life of the school. And Pastor Larry, Mrs. Ledbetter, we wish you all the best. We'd like to focus on Mrs. Ledbetter this morning. Let's see, first of all, Mrs. Ledbetter has 50 years of teaching experience. Now actually, it was 49.5, and we decided to round it up to 50. And one last hurrah. 50 years of service, so in Christ, we who are many form one body. We have different gifts according to the grace given us, If one's gift is in serving, let her serve. If it is in teaching, let her teach. If it is encouraging, let her encourage. From Romans 12. Thank you for your ministry of teaching, nurturing, and serving.
And thank you for doing a lot of things that I didn't know you did. I said you didn't think you could space. So, I guess the right words are, thank you.
I would like to invite Sheriff Squires to come forward to words.
Thanks. This part was not planned, but I was sitting back there thinking, I've known these two people for so long, and how many of you have read the story of Wrinkle in Time? Can you, So Mrs. Ledbetter read that story when I was in 5th grade, every day after lunch for 35 minutes. And I loved it. I just loved listening to her read. And I just think, what a gift to, which, you spoke so well to, teaching all of us what a great life there is to learn about through books and through reading. And so thank you for that. And Pastor Larry, I was in 7th grade when Pastor Larry came, and I went on his first choir tour. And I was sitting here thinking of Pastor Larry and his message about Jesus' love and how that is, what he teaches all of us. But if you can go back in time, 37 years, it's a long time ago. And at that time, well, actually, put up your hand if you've ever given Pastor Larry a hug or received one from him. Okay, 37 years ago, that was not normal. Pastor Larry brought hugs to us. And if there's ever a way to show Jesus love to a person, it is through our own arms and hugs. So I want to say thank you for those two things to these very special people. Thank you.